So here you go, my keto rice pudding. Let me show you how I made it. So here on the stovetop, I have water, a large cinnamon stick, and what's in the pot with the water is actually not rice. It's cauliflower rice. Yes, rice cauliflower. That's what I'm using today for this rice pudding. And the traditional rice pudding, of course, is done with, the way I learned how to make it is with short grain white rice. And you would just boil the white rice to soften it up, just like I'm doing here with the cauliflower rice and a cinnamon stick. And you'd also add like a piece of the lemon rind or the lemon skin. I didn't have any of that today, so I went ahead and just used the lemon juice, and you're going to see that here in a minute. So as you can see here, the cauliflower is already kind of softening up a little bit, and I have it over low simmering heat here. Here I'm adding the teaspoon of lemon juice, and if you have the lemon itself, you can peel off the rind or just the outside part of it and put it in there, and that'll give it even a better flavor. That's how traditionally I learned how to do it with the rice pudding. So we're just gonna let this soften up a little bit longer. At this point, it's been on the heat for about 5 or 6 minutes. Just covering it up again. Now that it's gotten a little bit softer, as you'll see here in a moment, I'm gonna be adding the coconut milk. Traditional rice pudding that I learned how to make in a Hispanic household, you just use the regular milk, whole milk. I'm using coconut milk because I can't drink regular milk. But if you guys can tolerate regular milk, or you want to use another type of milk that you use, you can try it with that as well. Also, this coconut milk is very, very creamy because it's the full fat. And that's what we're looking for here. So we're just going to mix it in a little bit. And the heat is on this whole time, on a low to medium simmer. Now I'm going to sweeten up the pudding, and I'm using this stevia erythritol blend from Sweet Healthy, I think it's called, Trim Healthy Mama. Whatever sugar substitute you have, this is granular. You can use it. This is just what I'm using today. And as you can see, the cauliflower rice is getting even softer. Now, to make this even creamier and to actually get it to the consistency that we need, we are going to use some xanthan gum. This is going to thicken it up. I ended up using about a teaspoon and a little bit over a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half, teaspoon and a quarter. And I don't know why I'm using this small spoon, guys. This is just what I had in hand, and I'm using it, but you probably want to use something a little bit bigger because this is on the heat and it's simmering, so you want to be careful not to burn yourself. But I went ahead and did that. And here now you can see that it's bubbling up, it's getting creamier. And I'm adding my cinnamon. And I'm using cinnamon because, again, this is how I traditionally learned how to make the rice pudding. But you can use cocoa powder if you like and flavor it chocolate. And here you can see it getting even thicker. So it's almost looking like rice pudding. Also looks like oatmeal a lot, by the way. So I'm going to add a little bit more flavor by adding some vanilla extract. Just a little bit. As I continue to cook it, and as you can see, it's simmering. Now my cinnamon stick is in there this whole time. Okay, we're not going to take it out until we're done because it's going to help to flavor the pudding. So as you can see, it's getting thicker and thicker as it cooks. And looking more like rice pudding every time. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some coconut flakes. These are unsweetened coconut flakes. You don't have to add that if you don't want, but I like the texture. And here I took it off the heat already. And as you can see how thick it is, you can see the bottom of my pot, and that's what you want. I'm going to fill my ramekins. I have 4 small ramekins. I don't know. These are about maybe 3 inches, 3 to 4 inches. So depending on the container that you use to store the pudding is how many servings you're going to get. But I got 4 good portions out of this recipe. And you can go ahead and do that. And once you do that, you want to sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on top and put them in the fridge to set. Now, I ate whatever was left over in the pan, which was a little bit just warm right off the pan, and I loved it. And that's what I always used to do with the rice pudding. That was my favorite thing to do. So once you do that, you're going to just, again, sprinkle them with some cinnamon. If you did it chocolate flavored, you can maybe just use the cocoa powder and sprinkle it with that. And set them in the fridge for at least an hour so they can set, and then you can enjoy them. Thanks for watching.